what's real and what's really happening and where things are going right now. The issue is really bad. I misstated Colorado. I apologize for that. But one of the things that has come up in this is it a good or safe time to go back to business? This next guy is going to challenge a conventional wisdom and say, yeah, it is. Derek Stevens is a Circa Resort and Casino Development CEO and going full throttle into making sure it happens and happens now. Derek, very good to have you. You're doing so in a very dicey environment, but you're confident enough that this will all work out. There are all sorts of restrictions, though, right? Can you update me what kind of challenges you face?
Sure, Neil. Good to talk to you. We began this project really 5 years ago in 2015. This is our third casino in Las Vegas. So our other two casinos, the Golden Gate and the D Las Vegas, they've been up and running since we were able to reopen, which was June 4th. So since we've been up and running, we've gone through a number of different directives and changes, both from our governor, our Nevada Gaming Control Board, and CDC. So we've had a little bit of a good fortune that we've had, an ample opportunity to make adjustments as things have changed. So we opened Circa Las Vegas, our new resort, here yesterday. And fortunately, our operating team has been able to really kind of stay ahead of the curve with regards to some of the guidelines. Really, very specifically, we're providing an awful lot of hand sanitizing. We temperature check, and there's a number of elements that we're providing for our customers to make sure that they feel that they're in a safe environment and still can have a little bit of fun.
So how are people spread out? In other words, what would be the normal capacity versus what it is now?
Yeah, so like let's just say on one of the table games, we have a maximum of 3 people on a blackjack game, maximum of 3 people on a side. On a dice game, you can normally have 8 people on a side. So there's some social distancing components that allows people to feel a little more comfortable. And I'd say those are really some of the key elements that's different than maybe what was the pre-pandemic era.
For you and adjustment and your customers, and now reports of a spike in cases, it depends on where you are and all that, I grant you. Does it give them pause? Does it give you pause?
Well, I think obviously we have to adapt. I mean, one thing that certainly changed is the customer base from June 4th until today. When we opened, we did not have a mask requirement, and that got implemented a few weeks after we opened. And initially, that was a bit of a struggle, but it's really not anymore. I think wearing a mask is something that everyone around the country, anyone that's visiting, it's become very normal now. So it's not a contentious thing in any way. I think the one thing that we've noticed, which I think is a good trend, is initially it was predominantly a drive-in crowd, but now I think what we're seeing far more people willing to get on an airplane. I think that's a key component for Las Vegas, key component for our business, and I think that bodes well for the economy as a whole.
Interesting, because when you're flying to Las Vegas at the airport, you're there. You're right on the strip. That's a good thing there. The airport is so close. Derek Stevens, thank you very much. Circa Resort and Casino Developer and CEO. This is part of the trend you're seeing among more companies that are looking at continuing to build even in a pandemic that still exists. We hope that it doesn't get much worse. A good example of that could be Apple.